I do. So it's more. That's right. That's right.
Questions? What kind of preparation is Northern Iowa for the kind of offense you'll see against Illinois, and what lessons were you able to learn from the last game that you can take into the next one?
Yeah, I mean, I said it ahead of time. That really respected, what they did and what they were going to do. I mean, they you can tell that they had a plan and they threw everything at you, right? I mean, you saw speed option, you saw quarterback design runs, you saw empty, you saw just about everything an offense can do. So the style of play very similar to what we are going to see, especially the next couple of weeks. So it was great to get on the grass and have the guys go through that different kind of adversity, so that way we can see all the different ways people are going to attack us and then work on the things we need to work on. So.
Did they catch you off guard with anything on that first drive?
No, it was usually you come out with scripts, so it looks like they had a script in there. The biggest thing was the tackling. I mean, there's so many yards after contact, and where you're getting them into 2nd and 7 and 2nd and 8. Now they're in 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4, which leads to 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. You know what I mean? So when you go back and look at the tape, you see us making contact or stopping the ball carriers, around the line of scrimmage a lot, for a yard, 0 gain, 1 or 2 yards. But then they're just bleeding you, falling forward. We're overrunning the ball, and now a run that goes for 1 yard is now going for 4 and 5. You know what I mean? So. Again, great things to not great at the time, but great things to know how to what to improve on and approach from here on out.
Have you seen an offensive?
Say it again.
Have you seen an offensive drive that long before?
Yeah, I mean, I remember when we were at San Diego State playing like those Triple Army. They have 14, 15, 16 play drives like that. So, but again, a lot of times the third downs are shorter. You know what I mean? Which then they got the advantage on 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 between running it and or being able to pass the ball. So we gotta make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing in terms of tracking our near hip and playing with dominant contact. So
you'll get Jamari Butler back this week and Mackay for a full game. What does that give your defense to have kind of that full unit back together again?
Yeah, I mean, both those guys are making plays, and probably more importantly, they bring in a little edginess as well. You know what I mean? So with those guys coming back, and then the things that we did not do well last week, you can bet that everybody, the guys out there running around, they know, and they want it. So it was just a matter of now let's practice through the things that we're going to run in the game, and make sure that the standard is a standard every time we step on that field. So.
Illinois' quarterback last year threw 10 interceptions. This year he's been really efficient through 3 games. What have you seen from him that has allowed him to make the improvements in his game?
Yeah, I mean, you got the playmakers on the outside, right? So those guys are going up and getting footballs. You see they do a great job of keeping it balanced when they know when they want to run the ball, what looks they're running the ball into, and then doing a lot of different things. I mean, RPOs are getting him out movement pass wise. I mean, he's playing with a guy. He's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and he's not really panicked. He kind of goes out there and he sees, and he's operating at a high level. So he'll be a challenge to deal with.
What's the biggest difference in Kai Wallen and just the snaps he's been giving you so far this year?
Yeah, I mean that was the plan, right? Last year, very similar to Riley Van Pop this year, where saw a guy and you could see he can play. He could have played last year, the 10 snaps a game, and then use his year, or redshirt him, let him get the developmental lifts, come back bigger, stronger, faster, more knowledgeable, more mature. And now he's playing 15, 20 snaps at his strongest and that he's ever been, you know what I mean? And so it's good to see him go in there, go in the game, operate at a high level, but this was planned last year. You know what I mean? And when a guy steps on the field like that and he does it and he's performing, it's fun to watch.
To you, how the guys have accepted that, like your plan for Wallen and now your plan for Riley, how they agreed to it?
Yeah, I mean that's coach communicating the plan, having a plan first of all, right? I mean, because all the young men, they all want to do well, they all want to play, they all want to perform out there, and so coach seeing the roster, seeing how it's being managed, and then saying, hey, this is very similar to what happened. We can have him play now 5-10 snaps a game, or he can develop, and when his time has come, he's going to be the biggest, strongest, fastest, most mature version of himself and have all those snaps under him playing. So again, that's just a master class on roster management and having a bigger picture than just right now.
Tony, how close to the standard do you think your defense is playing?
It's even when you win. And it's cool, right? It's a catch-22 because on one hand, you won the game, you held the team to 3 points. They're a good football. They're gonna make some noise. They're a good football team, and you hold them to 3 points, you hold them to 4 yards of play, and all that kind of stuff. And yet you can feel that it wasn't as like exciting. You know what I mean? And the guy and. Again, part of that is going back in there and say, hey, guys, I know the standard wasn't met in terms of what we do, but let's understand in the grand scheme of things, I think everybody in here would have taken a 34-3 victory over a team like that. Hands down, no ifs, ands, or buts. Because we've played – in my prior history, there's plenty of times where we played great and lost. So the number one is to get the win, and then number two, it's what attitude are you going to have? Like, hey – we clean up these things, do the things we're supposed to do, and namely practice and really, really dive into the process, then we'll have a chance to play even better this coming Friday. So
You mentioned the tackling. What are some other areas that you think you have to clean up?
Well, it's tackles, and then there's more missed assignments this game. When we go back and count, and that's on me. Whenever you got too many missed assignments from different levels, all 3 levels, then that's on the coordinator. Period. There ain't no running from that. So it's maybe tried to do too much with all the different looks that they were given and all that kind of stuff. So then eliminated some things and go back to, hey, let's go back to training camp. Let's make sure we know exactly what we're supposed to do so we can do it at a high level and perform.
I know you guys are focused on Illinois Friday. It's also 400 consecutive sellouts. Just how rare is that in the grand scheme of college football to have something like that? Yeah,
that's people. Again, when you're part of it, you don't know any better because this is all we know, right? All Nebraskans know. But you're getting. I go back to what I tell my colleagues and my friends back home is like, we get 66,000 for the spring game, guys. That was more than almost every other place I've been when they were playing during the season. You know what I mean? And to go out there and see 90,000, and then that was my first time seeing the balloons. So that tradition was awesome and amazing. And then feeling the electricity from the fans, and when we take the ball away, and now you got all the crowd and doing the dance, and like it is something that's truly special, and you see it. You talk to the recruits and stuff after the game, and they're just like, wow, I've been to a lot of games, but it's like different. It's just different. So again, that's just being part of, and really humbly saying it, that being part of something truly, truly magical, truly special in Nebraska.
How high of a level is Tommy Hill playing at right now? And how valuable is it to have a corner like that when you're playing 2 really good receivers?
Yeah.
We're kind of split on opposite sides.
Yeah. Anytime you got corners, that's the number one deal, right? When you want to play great defense, you got to be able to cover on the outsides, and you got to be able to rush the passer. So, everyone is happy for Tommy just because of the adversity he's gone through, since his time here, and the maturity aspect, like not only is he doing good things on the grass, for his teammates and for himself, but he's doing a lot of great things off the field, where you see the maturity, you see the growth, you see him loving being around the guys, you see him just kind of handling business. So those are the things that you really take back to what Coach is saying about culture and process. Those are the things, the Tommy Hills and how far they've come. Those are the things that of how you measure culture and process.
Tony, what about Steph Thompson? And what did you see out of him when he stepped up for you guys last week?
Yeah, he played well. Play well. There's some plays that he wants back in there, but it's good to see him from, especially from his injury, to come over here and to work himself into good shape. Learn the system, the Nebraska way we do things, and see him go put it on the grass in front of his family. It's fun, but again, new week, new challenge, new opportunity for him to get better and to go out there and put it on the grass too.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, everybody.